No more, Mr. Nice Guy. It's Friday the 13th. What do you mean I'm not kind? Just not your kind. And it's National Kindness Day. Friday the 13th. Damn it. If you watch the avocation video, you know that this is the hard hat they gave me to replace the one that I broke. On the way into work on Friday the 13th, 16 years ago, whether it was the same month or not, it must have at the earliest been October, but it might have been November 16th. It might actually be a true anniversary of a Friday the 13th. On the way in to work, radio said, it's Friday the 13th, and I was like, didn't even know that. And I said, I've always considered Friday the 13th to be a lucky day for me. Always bet I'm black. And, where's Siete? I always figured, well, why did I quit praying at about the age of 23? Because everything I fucking prayed for went wrong. It was like someone was tapping into my fucking line and fucking with me. Maybe I was praying to the wrong God. But I said, fuck this shit. That doesn't work. That was the last of my fucking belief system. I found better ways. So with the negative energy I've got, I figure, like I picked up, there are 2 coins in my pocket and a lighter. Let the jury be known. The Zippo lighter, airborne all the way coin, devils in baggy pants, dude. And this fucking penny that I picked up on the way home today, I was passing somebody in the parking lot, and I talk a lot, and I'm going blah, 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 and I'm just passing them, because I walk fast, too. And so I'm passing them, talking to them from behind as I'm going by them, and I stop, and I see a fucking penny on the damn ground, tails up. And I said, yeah. It's the only way I pick them up. Unless I'm broke. But, I picked it up and I said, I'm healthy, I'm wealthy, and good things come to me. I muttered it to myself and I was putting it in my pocket. And she says, was that heads up? I said, no. I said, this is the way I like it. It's Friday the 13th, superstitions. And so I get to working on that water park in Avalanche Bay in Boyne Falls, working as a sub type of dude for Sugar Construction out of Midland. I'm sure I don't know. They were a good company when I was with them, but you never know who's taken over after the old man dies. The old man was always there. He's the one that told me to take a break. Met him at the elementary school of my youth. Isn't that odd? Nothing dirty about it at all. And so I was working on some shit Friday the 13th. And I was down there alone lowering stuff like I-beams from the ceiling 20 feet up, and they're on brackets, and you know you only crank it down enough to where the brackets are down, but their lips are still up above the lowest part of the I-beam that's hanging from the ceiling above, ready to be taken down easily. And then they sent this other guy, Al, down there, and he was the worst worker they had. And so I'm in this place down there, and he's down there, and he's over there, and I'm being careful. I'm paying attention because I don't need shit falling down on people. And I'm one of those people. And shortly after he's in there doing it, they sent him down because, like me, they didn't know what the fuck to do with him either. And also I'm hearing clang, 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 fucking off the ground. These fucking I-beams falling down to the ground. He's lowering them too far and moving on to the next one, so he's not in any danger. It takes a minute for it to fucking pop down. If it's gonna, it would be stuck in the brackets, but no, if it's too far down, it bounces off the fuckers rather than against the ceiling and in there. It's physics, you stupid bastard. I'm like, what the fuck, man? And so I start going around to everything he'd gone, because it took a while for him to start falling, you know? Going behind where he was, and I'm cranking these fuckers back up and looking, making sure that the them brackets are up above them. And I hear him clang, clang. You hear a shink, clang, clang. And I'm like, Jesus, you know, you're in this fucking room under a water park in the basement, and there are echoes coming from everywhere. And I'm looking, I'm doing this shit, and I'm cranking it back up, and I hear shing. And I said, where's that coming from? And I was squatted down with a good form. I was squatted like a Chinaman because I'd already been in China. I can squat like a Chinaman. I'd been just back. That's how I got this job. You squat like a Chinaman. And not every white man can do that, and it takes some practice. But fucking I went, Goo! I felt my whole spine. It was in a perfect line with my Chinese squat, that it pushed me down, and I felt my spine become like a shock absorber. It went, I came, I said, yeah, and there was a flash of light, and the thing going, that fucker, and I said, son of a bitch. And I moved on to the next one, and I was going, and I said, you know what? They tell us we're supposed to tell them if there's been an accident within 24 hours. I better go tell somebody. And so I went up, and I said, hey, the owner, the boss man was there, Mr. Sugar, and he turned around, looked at me, Jesus. I said, I just thought I should let you know I got hit in the head with an I-beam down there. And he's like, oh, you all right? And I said, okay, just figured I need to let you know. And I started going back down. He says, wait. He says, you should smoke a cigarette. And I was like an extra break? And I said, okay. And I went and I stood off to the side, and I lit a cigarette, and I realized my fucking hand was just trembling. I was, wow. I never felt any of that until I lit that cigarette, and I said, God, time to get that off of me. And I thought that was one of the luckiest days of my life. I mean, I had my hard hat on the right direction. It fucking landed just right there with the one edge, like the I-beam. The one edge landed there. My dad's got the hat hanging in his breezeway right now. He still bitches about it. You broke my helmet. It had a 1/4-inch divot right there, and the other side of the I-beam hit right there, and it busted it down, and it split it all up in half, and there was a chunk of blue plastic in my nose. And when the day was over and I went out to the car, I saw my reflection. I said, holy fuck, I just had blood just coming all over my face. I never cleaned it up. It's still working. It's like coming out of a Tool concert. But, yeah. And then they had a safety meeting about me. Dwayne Smoller said, he said, that was you? He thought I was in a bar fight. What'd you do? Did you just get in a bar fight? And I said, no, I got hit in the head with an I-beam Friday. That was you? How many times in my life I've heard somebody say, that was you? But, the thing is, I felt like that was like one of the luckiest days of my life. Got hit in the head with an I-beam, came away unscathed. And you want to know why I remember that? Because today's Friday the 13th. And you want to know the connection there? I fucked up my neck doing lawn work the other day. I could have been crippled. And right now, it feels the same. I have a hard time turning my neck. It's getting better every day. But I had to be fairly surprised yesterday to loosen it up. I went, gah! And I said, gah! Because it fucking just shot shit through. But it's all cleared up pretty good. But that's the way it was after I got hit in the head with that I-beam. And I think anytime you can get hit in the head by an I-beam and walk away is a lucky day. So Friday the 13th, best day of my life. One of those other times I could have been fucking killed or crippled for life. I feel like the lotto sometimes. The odds are so far against me getting knocked down and beaten. We're talking indirectly proportionate. It's almost like winning the lottery. It just seems like it should be so easy to do, but I keep going. Friday the 13th. You know what that is? That's about your point of view. You choose that. That's me talking on National Kindness Day. What do you mean I'm not your kind? I'm not kind. National Kindness Day. Said goodbye to somebody that I just barely knew today and made it sound like I cared a lot. And actually I did care a little, but that was my kindness. It's getting easier and easier to be kind all the time.